What's up, everybody? It's the Roof Piper checking in. I am a bit upset right now because I had everything prepared. I'm gonna adjust a little bit. I had everything prepared. I had my pipe, I had my tobacco, and I had my pipe cleaners. And I was heading to the roof to smoke a pipe and to make a video of my top 10 for 2014. So once I get there, I get all my pipe all lit up and I'm looking for my list, and my list was in the truck. So I was mad and I figured I'm all lit up, I'm just gonna smoke. And I finished my my pipe, which, by the way, it's a Brandon Brooks. Look at that finish right there. Sandblast. I love this pipe. Thank you, Mr. B Square, Brandon Brooks. And in it, I was smoking Dark Strong. So I finished my pipe and I came down to the truck and I figured, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to be smoking a pipe when I do my top 10-ish. And I say top 10-ish of 2014 because I categorized my Balkans, English, Virginias, and Aromatics. Now, I do have a top 3 of all time as of now. And they fall into the Balkan category. So here we go. On the Balkan category, top 10-ish for 2014. In no particular order, so I'll give you my top 3 at the end of this Balkan category, but the rest are in no particular order. They are that good. And you might not agree that they're all Balkans, but that's how I figured it. Anyway, here we go. Larry's Blend, Hearth and Home Larry's Blend. Really good blend. A go-to blend constantly for me. The other one would be Plum Pudding. That would be by somebody up in some club. Jesus Christ. In Oregon. You know who it is. Plum Pudding, another solid blend. In my quest of opening all my tins, I've found a few others that made the list. Actually, they pushed some other mid-year blends that I liked, pushed them out. And one would be Star of the East Flake. That's by Cornell and Deal, and that one is the one with the train coming at you, a little caricature of a train coming at you. Because they also make Star of the East like regular, but not flake. The flake, in my particular likings, is better than the regular one. Another super underrated, super underrated tobacco, really affordable and very tasty, would be Balkan Sassini. Balkan Sassini is a solid smoke. The next 3, they are by a company, GLPs. And what I found is that GLPs, it doesn't matter if I don't like the blend, like I smoked it and I didn't like it. I guess whatever they put their tobacco through, the process that they make, it's very tasty and yummy. Some blends, like I said, I didn't like, but I found that either the quality of the tobacco they use or the process that they put the tobacco through jives with my taste buds. So I think I found a company that I'm liking. You know, some people like Baron only, or some people like Esoterica only. Well, I think I really like GLPs. So the next 3 are by GLPs, and here we go. Westminster, a solid smoke, very tasty. Abingdon is I find it to be pretty similar to Westminster, but heavier on the taste. So, you know, if I'm feeling like a lot of taste, I go for Abingdon. If I feel like something a little lighter, I would go for Westminster. But both solid blends. This next one is one that every time I smoke it, it makes me sit down, slow down, and really think about my cadence and the smoke and what I'm tasting and how it's constantly changing in my mouth, which I think it's incredible to have a smoke do that to you. Anyway, this one is Quiet Nights. Very good. If I had to choose a fourth one, that would be Quiet Nights. Like a fourth, top four, it would be in fourth place. Now, these are my top three of all time. Doesn't matter, Balkan, English, Virginia, or Aromatic. The only reason this one got bumped down to third place is because of availability. At the moment, I don't have any tins of it. I got a little sample from a buddy from Instagram, and that would be Special Latakia Flake. Four Noggins just released some tins, and it's only one per customer and very strict. But then somebody on Instagram posted like they picked up like 8 of them. How do you manage your one per customer? I'm not saying that Four Noggins sold it, but most every tobacconist says, you know, for the rare tins, one per customer. Not unless you called 7 or 8 of your buddies to call in and you pay them later. How do you get 8 tins all at once? Well, good for you that you got them, but it upsets me that when I asked for, can I get 2? They're like, no, you know what? We're really practicing the 1 tin for customer because everybody else wants to taste it as well. I don't know. I want to rub elbows with whoever you're rubbing elbows so I could get 8 tins of Special Latakia Flake. Or even the same person had a bunch of Penzance tins. They're not available right now. And if you got them, I mean, good for you. Anyway, enough of that rant. My number two will be Lancer's Slices. Now I gave you some misinformation on my top 10-ish of mid-year video, because I said that Lancer's Slices were no longer being made, and it's not true. I made a couple phone calls and I actually talked to Russ from Pipes and Cigars, and he said that they had a situation with the recipe, but whoever makes it, I think is F&K or FSK, that company is making it, and it's available. Four Noggins has it for sure, and Pipes and Cigars might have it. So that it comes down to making my number one for the year 2014, and that would be Balkan Sobrani, the new version. I like that a lot. So that's on my Balkan list. That's 10. I'm gonna repeat them real quick. Number 1, Balkan Sobrani, at least for me. Number 2, Lancer's Slices. Number 3, Special Latakia Flake. Number 4, Quiet Nights. Abingdon, Westminster, Balkan Sassini, Star of the East Flake, Larry's Blend, and Plum Pudding. That's my top 10 for Balkans. You might not agree with it, but that's how I categorize them. I know that I should do honorable mentions to Blue Mountain and Three Oaks Syrian, excellent blends, but I feel that Abingdon, Westminster, and Quiet Nights had an edge on them. If you notice my list, I dropped Northwoods. Northwoods is a solid blend, but I found it just like Black House that it's too much flavor. I mean, I felt like I was smoking a forest pine needles and grass and all every single time I smoke the bowl. Now that's not a bad thing. It's a lot of flavor and it's good flavor, but that was a little too much. It's still in my rotation. It just didn't make the top 10. So that was another honorable mention, Northwoods. On my English blends, this is just your plain English, at least for me. I got a top 3 for English only. That would be number 1, Margate by Esoterica. Number 2, Meat Pie by Drew Estate. And number 3, Early Morning Pipe by Dunhill. On my Virginias, now, if you've been following me around on this thing here, I couldn't smoke Virginias and for the longest, and I keep trying and I keep failing. So finally, I found one that I really like, and this is my top 3 again. And number 3 would be Dark Twist by McBaron. That was a solid. That's the one with little discs. That was good. It's smokable, at least for me. Number 2, recently found Modern Virginia. And that one, Jason Dagner gifted me that tin that one time they were down here for the West Coast pipe tour. He left a tin of that at my house, or he gifted me that, and I tried it, and I wasn't expecting me to like it, but I did. Solid Virginia. Some people want to call it an aromatic, but to me it says Modern Virginia, and it's a Virginia, so I like it. My number 1 Virginia right now would be what I smoked today, which would be Dark Strong. So kind of hard to get to you know, not as hard to come by as Special Latakia Flake or Penzance, but it's rare. Let's say it's rare. My aromatics, I don't smoke aromatics anymore, so the only 2 that I seldomly go to, and I still have them cellared. My number 1 right now, thanks to Stutter Cynthia, she introduced me to Xylem's Black. She gave me a sample, and I thought it was very tasty. It's a Latakia based aromatic, and it's very tasty. So I could still enjoy the Latakia smokiness with some sweetness to it. So that was really good. And my only other aromatic I smoke right now when people are around would be Lane 1Q. Solid vanilla, very mild. People seem to like it. So that's it. That's my list for 2014. Let's see what happens in 2015. I will continue my quest of opening all my tins, and whatever I don't like, I pass it on to Mr. Daniel Shores. And something that I have to mention, in my scrutiny of the tobacco, what I do is I pop the tin. I do the tin of the day whenever I do it, and I smoke a bowl out of that right away. Then I wait a couple days, then I smoke it in another pipe. So that's my 2 tries. But now I introduced a third way of trying it. Really drying the tobacco. Whatever I'm going to smoke, dry it really, really good, and then smoke it in whatever pipe. And I found that it changes the taste. So I'm kind of bummed that I didn't try the third method in a lot of the other blends that I passed on. But you know what? I got time to try them again. And so that's another way to try it. 2 different pipes, one right out of the tin. As soon as I open the tin, have 1 bowl, wait a couple days, have another bowl in another pipe, and the third try would be really dry in whatever pipe, and it works for me. So hope you enjoyed this video on my borrowed truck, because my other work truck kind of died on me, so they let me borrow this one for now. So with that said, this is the Roof Piper checking out with his 2014 top 10-ish of the year. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you guys later.